Installation, I know after we run the playbook, I noticed that it's already done, and it has no error. It says that the playbooks has run successfully and completed successfully. You can check the bar log, the logs of this playbook on cluster node 1. So if I go to cluster node 1 and do sudo tail -f, that playbook has indeed completed successfully. Let me just make it bigger screen. So this is the play recap. So it has a total of 113 changes, 113 plays done on node 1 and 107 done on node 2 and 3, and of course 41 on DB node. These are like DB related changes. And for me to verify if Tower is actually running, what I'm going to do is actually issue a command called Ansible Tower service status, and that will give me an output similar to this. It basically gives you the status of RabbitMQ, Nginx, and Supervisor D. These are all the services that you should expect for running on a successful Ansible Tower installation. I'll go on cluster node 2, and I am expecting the same output as what it should be, and same as on cluster node 3. So after this, we are going to access the three clusters. So on my end, it has I already put I already updated the DNS on my etc node. So I have an FQDN that I can access from my browser, Tower node 2 and Tower node 3. So in this, it's normal for the Ansible Tower to notify us about SSL security exception. So you just need to confirm that, because of course we are not running, doesn't have an SSL certificate on this. But in production deployment, you basically can make sure that you have an SSL certificate that you can use. So I now have 3 Tower 1, Tower 2, and Tower 3 instances. So I will log in here as admin, and I'll provide the password that I defined on my inventory, and same goes to Tower 2 or cluster node 2 password. So since I already have verified and tested this prior to this demo online, I already created a project here, a demo project, and whatever is, let me just open this project so that I can show you what I put here. So I name it Unicorn Rel, and it's targeting a default organization, and the ACM type for this is Git, and I just provide the URL, and then I save. That's how you simply create the project. And if you go to project, you basically can download or update the repository, the code from your repository. And to verify that, you go to jobs, and you can click that the what's happening, or whether it was able to connect to and download the code that you need from your target repository. And since this is a cluster, I am expecting the same output that I'll be getting from Tower Job 2. And yes, it is, and same goes to Tower Job 3. So another demonstration that I'm going to do is, an example for this is, if you are running an Tower HA and the clusters are on different location, and you want to access a tower and add a user, for example. Let's call this user 2. The expected output for this is that this should propagate to tower node, tower 2 and tower 3. So let's call this user 2. Last name is test, and I'm going to use this for the default organization. I'm going to put an email address, test.com, that's a dummy, and then a username for this is user 2. So remember, it's case sensitive, and I'll put a password, a dummy password, which is password, and confirm that. So I'll give this as a normal user, and then I'll save that. So as expected, if I go to users again, it has user 2. So we didn't touch this on tower 2 and tower 1, but I am expecting that if I verify the creation, it's also getting that same output on user 2, on tower 2 as well as on tower 1. Now, since we created this user 2, I will try to log in as user 2. And if you notice, since user 2 is an ordinary user, it can't view any jobs run. But if I go in as admin, this is just to show a comparison, how I can see all the jobs that I run, all the inventories that I created, and all the projects that I have. I think I created a demo template here, and I can, as an admin, I can run this template as well, and I can view the status of this template. So if I do that, I can get the result here. It's a bit slow because I have a small tower server, but eventually it will show and it says successful. So if I go in as user 2, no, let me just show you the other user, which is user 1 that I previously created. User 1 is an auditor, so what it does is it can see all the activities within tower, but it can't execute any place. So but you can always give that tower access to other playbooks if you need to. So if I log in as user 1 and I user 1 and I put my password there, which is the valid password, I can see all the jobs that was executed. But if I go to the template, I can't execute those templates. So here you go, folks. That's all the demo that I can show you. What I'm going to do next is I'll do the same. I'll create the same demo for everyone to actually deploy a simple LAMP server and possibly use Tower to use Ansible to create a Windows VM and do some simple tasks within that Windows VM. Thank you and have a nice day.